mama nyoku na se dru ho na obetimi ahwemanimu aka se oba menene wo mamienu ma appoint no as minister for BB ejabeto Ghana Gugulu Mesidiai and the Kennedy Japan mimi nimu no amenena wunienu no oh yeah it's my political career is at stake my future is at stake and my future is with Dr. Alhaji Mahmudu
and Bushia, my future is with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Benghazi, El Has, Ansura Mantaranso, Ababa Kansa. Ben, that's it. Morning. Boko, yeah. Ah, that's it. 2 million area. Adumbi Keke. Mama the Pachi. And the divine selection are coming. Be an action be mini hanum. And then me deal with you 2 roaster and soon to me PM. Okay. I said that PSC now with the Bemanyame. Then come on. Yeah. Amantana. And then come on. Okay. What do you say? Ye Tissimua. Then come on. No. Jack, my main far grown tunche. NDC for no. Say, ope, amanyo ku, almost so many yami, almost yami, slow padia, a MPP and NDC. Hey, send your Bianzuna soon. That's it. Saturday, Oko for Ridia. O manebo am way. And I'm Yakupo, eh? Missy Bibi will reassay. To me be will reassay that. O se Papa na yena. To me who say Papa na nyane pen or the coy. O se insua etoye. Insuo eto ewo babia omoye yeni pe. Ena oh me ka se machiro me Saturday ne ye Okofori dia ye training wo honom. Wo dia ma me kama se me boa me do che Okofori dia fo ne be frɛ. And from a boy esin Hurricane Katrina. And from a boy Sade no canopies a 2 year. Sa me say uni miehu ho. And this partner ka say a demonic a court. Omoko fa be bi no mo de kwaji to me. Senti ameka sa ne say omo wie yie no bi se obi bia ho no ma ye de ye wo hotel ho no na NDC fo no bi be kan ye say ne asimie say impenimfo omo nsuo no ene canopies ni nyoma ese ne frama a boy ni ade nyina ne agrada etisi mu nyina no that you can you believe say impenimfo a omo car omo register no 2025 omo kotena mu spark car na spark a soldier phone a police phone na na pussy car no a soldier for any a police for and na pussy cars impenimfo me person me bo mudin the only person now Okotna ne come 2 men here first lady Lodina Mahama. In fact, and kindly the first lady left. And kindly first lady no call ye na less than 2 minutes. And I ensure que si any jemu e tona fe. Mese canopy na me na the canopy from what to canopy no kosoro. Mese my head. Casa say wo ho no na nya casa fitwa. Everybody was wet from top. That's it. A pre-prayer because Saturn na the security men are soldiers for now sacking people to leave where the canopy is near there because the rate at which I done from my A2 canopy. Now everybody like hey your money boy my DNS. My main customer a hotel a man who drew a move ye na say apart from in penny forecast na in sparking a soldier for near police for a pussy no. One baby and I'm penny 14. You see, Omujane, what was that? Was a days. On penny for baby cars and sparking. In fact, cars were me say, apart from distraction or me bada, oh, my man cannot be out time at casa. Or apart from in penny 4 cars and sparking, soldier for near police for Pucci V8 2025 registered. Now penny 4 a pussy cars no. Apart from a no. You see chief of staff baby or tinano, any penny for it tinano. In so many days, you know, omochi omo paya na grad that CS yakunya back more. Men I make a choice I'm a bois. me say sa me boa omo ka kire me sa me boa enti na kire say yewura omane boa na baabi omo ne na akofa no papa ne kra ento ne yam na bisa say omane boa mama me onso no ho da ye ohun se ne ba ne gina ne nchen a osu sa me boa mukọ bisa me na me say omane boa mama me aso da several times a ohun se ne ba ne gina ne nchen a osu ewe ni no makata so omo pese media for ne bete ba me ekrom ha no politician ni bia no wono ma onya information say me Benghazi esema me ken say me boa the whole eastern region and can so better be bi omo ye no ko a ehonum na mframaden eboye canopies to me etu ese canopies ese mpenfo V8 bebre mpenfo ye ready so omo ko akoto na omo ka mo so omo ko no omo spark kana na kana spark now person ka tell me say NDC yoku papa NDC yoku papa but you know ye jama nyame ono no ye tumi nyina awura.
In fact, I saw there was something that I saw. There was a ram maybe. Canopy ni 2 year no, a 2 course so sa no, e ko wura ramp no, won a passenger side no. E wura ho nti like the pole of the e wura ho na 2 won say ramp na chi pickup. Won say e akata so bi ho. E wura mu 2 kataso no kosoro bo ka bia na si wo
wo de so wo de ho no de wo ahuhwe
ebo no so there was
agrada na tisi mu no.
In fact, what was a bit surprising was the fact that in should talk akra te e to na te ye no e na ye na dwe say beto bi when our first lady was rushed out. First lady ni kono na afi na krora eba the chief no eba in fact chief na gaza wo buy your obe champion.
Yes.
Off
no quite
then everybody because now the great African from man start to say
only one of me ka so ma tie me pe wasem amanta na kuo na wo join no ye awkward fi honom na be join MP me pe wasem wo ye fine gentleman na etina bi betumi aba be di president
agrada na twa si akonwem
me na me ka kire wo me say wo de frɛ wo bia wo line ni tuma omo ko for radio mo tie me sisi a wo bia wo line ni tuma me ka kire wo
me share that name speak on one. Me share that name that Benghazi be serious. I don't know when
Benghazi me serious. Enyo wa busuani nti me serious. Me pe wasem honom awkward for na ode won akobo mo no. Brand people ya na nyame suro waye mu.
Okay, that's fine. It's I don't know when he will always be serious. You see, ka assembly ti say ya obi awu a yakona ye nsu akoto ho no. You want to put blames on somebody that endis na ye eku enye ku pa enuntina nsu akoto ho. You see, when you do that, you are challenging the authority of the Almighty.
Enye no correct.
And then what betena ha ka kire.
It was extraordinary.
Oh please.
It was extraordinary. Lumba ye no nsu to wa lumba ye no canopies to 2 year. Canopies to agrada tisi mu. You are someone okay. Yeah, cannot crash some number yen in Swotoye, but I need to say, yeah, woman, that is the extraordinary thing we are talking about. You see, you know, I don't want something here.
You see, when you talk about extraordinary, Nyame na kasana ade onye extraordinary. Nyame is not an extraordinary God.
Yes, an extraordinary God.
So if he does extraordinary things, it's surprising. Say in Suakoto Eastern region. NNC dana NNC dana ade NC da won
baby omo ye ne pe
please
baby kan ye baby omo ye ne pe na nsuo ne toy from aboye ese mpanimfo cars mpanimfo kote na omo car mu a omo spark ya na car na spark ma sojafo na police fo na push ye nti sa nwoma nyina no what is enya ade a ehu ayesi e bisa won sem.
That is why I says minim eda obeja agrodi.
Ani agrodi mani abre. Many
people are listening to you. People are listening to you. You understand? You see, I believe in the authority of God. What you say? And I believe say the same way nyame extraordinary no. Son of it my extraordinary things. See, bibi ko si insu akoto o ye papa omanebo ma years asia na no nkyere say obi na orchestrate asade no. Me, I believe that is the work of God. God decide when rain will fall at any end. In fact, Lumba, that is Lumba Iye, since you told her, right? I know it's you told her. But what you must know is, do you know that anytime in your air tower is still regional? Because of when in June, that place usually gets serious winds. Most often, since your air tower is still region areas, that place mostly gets serious winds. So when these things happen, I am Yamia Sem. With a veteran radio station here, we want to blame it on people. Say, a could be nenye a coupa, and a quona will say any coupano. They're able to liberate the people of Ghana from that suffering now more MP4, more the facts on
The commentary on the grounds.
Yes.
Me, I was there, and you will be said, me say.
Now,
commentary that was
now.
Yes, I was there.
But see, and for starting class of Mufre Ebonoa, of what phrase starts of Mufre Ebonoa.
The question I want to ask you is that me, man, no credit man, meant me. Yes. Into Uko Hono. Was it true, say? Now, man, for big cars ain't means part.
Only one would some cars were. No, most party and just so a police phone and soldier phone pussy. Good.
So let me.
Windscreens be papaya.
When I was there,
if you are tossed and windscreen prices.
People made their comments. People made their comments.
Yes.
And these were the comments of the people. People first said, "Oh, chalo money, buama, adendi emu yeno ompana." That was people asking that question. Because people also feel say, "Oh, money buama ibia." Now, like he has some level of respect for the first lady. So just as the first lady departed from the place, everything like and people started running.
And the question is that in was it only the vin in the Toyana?
Oh, there'll be a tour around, but just say Anto in Kofodia Township, to a certain place. In fact, as at the time I visited the place,
yes.
Ultra Methodist, one church in Oko in Nimka, there was another funeral there.
Yes. I'm going to be brand new. You okay, Poly one on the side, Kofodia Polytechnic, what say, it's one top. So, Amantana, Miniano,
yes, sir. You met me out to her. Cross the next place in Sion Toho. Ewo Hobby Inti Angela maybe said Abena Bengazi Beja Grodi.
Massa, and you're good. You
Agrona would.
I did Ben Agrona. Miniano,
Wabetana,
Miniano,
and I don't see on Saturday.
Luma yen on so toya, but canopy and 2 uncles say, Uncle Sanko for windscreen. Government cars are modicoing in a Dodona. A penny in 4 years ready so much coffee or Mokotinakama, almost party and next packet. Yes, I'm now cannot. I'm not the unknown son, just
we have serious matters to discuss about.
Hey, this is a serious matter.
National matters.
It's a national matter.
Bread and butter.
One
of the topics I'm going to work through what the Maya say about discuss it. And I think School of Hygiene, right?
Yes, nurses now.
Nurses.
The health minister Becca said,
good.
Why you
exactly.
pick that topic for me.
I'll pick it for you. So these are matters of bread and butter that say discussing. Papa or Manebuama or whether we like it or not, or near AC when the Chibiano, I can't once in the AC will be a hobbyano on it. Enko Siaga, Yamea Fanadie, a idea Yamepe, and a fan on one cast on the back. So you can't do anything about it. Nipa won't mean yeshi. You buo and a mano. We continue to remember him in our prayers, hoping and praying, say he would get the kingdom of God. We hope and pray that the family are not more depending on Mr. Manebu Amano. They will get another sustainable environment. A bit more supporting the family. In fact, the mother is still alive, and almost one corner, right? Good. Indeed, this is where our prayer should be, and this is where our focus should be. Say one casa. Well, sometimes one casa look at how it pains you. Not to talk of mami tinaho. na
Man,
akɔla na
ba-
wu ne
yeah.
ba na wu. And this one, why it hurts so much, no say, ne ba baako pɛ. Nti our help and me who say we just have to continue to pray that the mother would get the heart of peace. Na watimi atenase ache amaye. Whatever that has happened, I think the commentary in the Ebeba, that you know, as superstitious as we are in Ghana here, I'm from a very typical superstitious home. Maybe I'm free. We are very serious superstitious home. I'm from a royal home, so some of these traditional things, I believe traditional things, but as typical as it is, no, you cannot say nyame na mama DNT. Wo betna ha na wo dia to nipa bi so say nipa na aya nwade no. Meanwhile, when you came here, you said that nyame de wodi ato register mu. Adet na wan kasa wona nanom de wodi ato register na wo se nyame e na de wodi ato register ene register mu. But then the issue of omanebo amade obi NDC4 and ayi ni din every register mu. You see, it's the kind of conflicting thoughts are Benghazi war. One way you believe in the act of God, one way you don't believe in the act of God. But all well and done. When your politics are obeying we can understand you. You just want to do politics, but this is not what matters to the people listening to us this morning. And what they want to hear is our brothers and sisters who are nurses that wants employment, employment. There are those people yen nuanom mo ofia na mo tie wa henne on person mo te say finance minister timi anya clearance am mo say om nkoye adwuma. Maybe me ne wo ka say obi wo ha oye owo nua na nua ba bi e wo mumu on so pe adwuma no. This is what they want to hear from us today. Say,
but you see, there's one thing. It was kind of surprising. So the ministry, put up a statement.
Yes.
Said nurses for the Moka. So the nurses went on demonstration some a month or two ago, and a finance a friend saying health minister Babontin said, "Oh, these people, they are more clearance, they roll more onto the payroll." How much is here? Yeah. Anna Nkodano so say, "Oh, Tia dear, ye Tia." But I Juma almost for a year. I feel more 1 month, which is November.
Yes.
And so you don't come and put the statement as though say meaning say and now their landlords and landladies are coming after them and saying hey yes moka why is government not paying the total salary, and why is the ministry also behaving that way, especially so we'll catch them in a press conference you give them a roadmap.
That this morning I was speaking to one of Minister 8, and I was asking him about these issues. You see, before MPP left our power in 2024, they had started a process B to employ 13,000 nurses. But then that process now almost starts here. Even it looks like they even enrolled them. No more year Juma, but they had not complete the process.
The process, yes.
You are aware of this
That
information.
right.
You into no one complete our process before they left office. But normally, you will always have to get financial clearance from the finance minister and send a woman nurse bia akoye adwuma. That is what happens in this country. When that nurses, teachers, there are certain institutions and your finance minister and the clearance. And then let's put it on record. Places like NPA, places like how do you call it? Bost, those Minerals Commission,
they
good.
pay themselves within the internal
Good. Into any minister and a financial clearance. But when it comes to nurses, teachers, doctors, and those people, finance minister and a clearance. So as at the point NPP were leaving, they had kept them there, but the Ministry of Finance had not given them that financial clearance na also more money. And so when NDC came, they realized that the financial clearance wasn't given. Into the amount of financial clearance, then will be to your students and nurses. You wouldn't get any money to do that. So, in the knowledge of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he thought that was not an excuse. So, Obeka said, MPP fire the Boninti, which you are also coming to continue with that baton. Where we came, we continue the process, making sure say more financial clearance. I think they gave financial clearance of 13,500 or so, a little above the 13,000 now MP for a year more. But then when NDC came, NDC was able to give about 13,500 clearance. But in the registration process, no more. Some of them couldn't do the registration well, according to the information I have. There were issues with some of them on registration. In the first month in the buyer, subsequently they had to look at the registration well and make sure say because look, this is a matter of audit. So audit be say no where are year definitely your salary will delay. So that is basically what is happening. And look, speaking to the guy this morning, Okacha me say everything is in progress. Just that sebi a come and a DNA a person at least we should be able to also get the hand to mouth no edi we hear juma 24/7 unya sika dia. I think it's painful. So well, they can come and do the press conferences, but what we want to tell them is you cannot work with that salary. And I can assure them, say, from what I have heard from the guy, we can assure them, say, nobody is to be left, say, who salary near why you 3 months and now 5 months in Piauka. Everybody would get on a salary.
But so roadmap. Why is the government not giving them the roadmap? And that's okay. Every month be the 500 never count, the 1,000 cities never count. For this time, I bet me cover the 10 months. Why you do my
Yes. So the roadmap lies within the remit of the ministries to give them the roadmap among person among nurses. Because what I know is that they have worked. I don't know. Yeah, they have worked. It is their, I mean, it is right said they should demand sika omunti. And I'm happy that they have admitted the fact that at least 1 month's salary has been taken. That means that subsequent ones,
that is November.
Yeah, November, and we are in December now, right? November they took salary, all right? This December they haven't taken salary, and it is at end all the time. And when you don't take the next month's salary. And I won't say no, we salary want to chima. Other than that, within the month in Kasano, when it gets to the day that you are supposed to take your salary and back, a week time salary and back, now go the following month, now salary yam buyer, then no one will say salary wants them to chima, then you have to trace it. And so making a press conference, informing the minister of something that has happened, it's just a call, say minister no, unshare. Now intimate settle these things within.
But it was a minister, no, a mass promise, no, in his own press conference, or catch up, say they will pay the salary of November.
Yeah.
Now after he will give them the roadmap, what they obey the rest of the money, no. Only for them to come out with a statement, say, Sikano, you peer the manages, no. Instead of them being specific, say November salary.
Yeah.
Now, if landlords landladies are coming after them. Nurses now.
Based on
based on statement of the Bible, they are also legitimate calls.
So that is why I do not fault the nurses and say they should come and set the record straight. If that is the truth, no more about setting the record no straighter. Nobody faults them for coming to set the record straight, unless of course maybe Omaka can send me then I will depart from the press conference. But if the ministry says that they have paid Sikanyina, but maybe so, did the ministry also say that they have paid all the monies? That's the question.
The ministry said that they have paid the salaries of nurses.
So
when you say you've paid the salaries,
yes,
then automatically you are meaning say what no, in fact what the nurses were looking for was the fact say
so you see that is your interpretation to it, but I can also interpret that once they have given even 1 month salary, no, not can say 2 months. Yes, I can say 2 months salary, the month salary, no. If the ministry says that we have paid salary of nurses, does not mean that they have also added the word that is all the salaries. You see, we're not here to interrogate your friends saying because it's a matter of obi a comedy obi or demanding isika. So I don't want to go hard on it. Look, as we sit here, we salary I'm back for a week. Now, why do you know? So when we are talking about these things, I say you're very careful on these things. But what I know, they say the ministry did not also say that they have paid all the salaries. They said that they have paid the salary of nurses, but they did not say they have paid all the salaries. And in fact, who be someone kasano kurana nurses nan kasano, they also know that the minister is aware that he hasn't paid all the salary. So what I was thinking was that they should have had a closed door engagement with the minister first, unless of course maybe Omukachira say Omunya access to minister, and then that one is different. But if you had access to the minister, now we'll call office now. Then you engage with the minister. Tell minister, the statement in our mind, we do not understand it. As to whether you mean we have paid all the salaries or you are talking about a month's salary. Nayantia said they could have chosen their leaders to go and do that on their behalf instead of coming on air and then doing press conferences on that one. So, and I think that President Mahama has made this government and all the appointees, listening appointees, say Obia tie and act on a certain thing. So I know that Minister Akondo, he's one of the person who tie and react to matters. So at all point in time, unless of course it becomes obvious and it becomes a matter of say minister doesn't want to pay attention to you, then you come to do your press conference, fine. But we can always engage the minister one on one before you come on air.
Before this press conference, on the 3rd of December, this is what was posted. I say update on nurses' salary payment and medical office posting. Update on nurses' salary payment.
Yes.
And this is what you say. The Ministry of Health wishes to inform the general public that over 6,000 newly recruited nurses has received their salaries, covering the full cohorts of 13,500 nurses recruited nationwide. The ministry assured all stakeholders that all outstanding administrative matters will be duly addressed. This was what was stated. But for the landlady, no TV.
Good. You see, it is the letter, Minister on the buyer, no. It does not. It's not. In fact, I don't want to say that it is not for the landlady. You understand? It's for the public.
For the public.
Yeah, I'm coming. So if you are reading a letter, now one TSCR, and your minister no fault.
No. Listen,
I want you to agree. No,
this letter does not also say, sir.
I'm coming.
One man too.
I'm coming. No, let me tell you. The letter coming out, does not mean that we'll clear all the salaries. And I'm saying that I'm coming. That's in Tobo. You know, Mikasa said there were 13,000 nurses. MPP for more Juma.
I agree.
And we are good. Into 13,000, and this for buy, they started working on those 13,000 amount for. If they added about 500 people to it, 500 people, then 13,500 or so. They added about 500 people, 13,500. Now that 13,500 people, like I mentioned here, a minimum the registration to Chimakakra. I think that was the 6,000 people now. And on the two Chimakakra, a month to Moka. So upon paying that 600 people, 6,000 people, that was why the minister brought the statement. Said all those that salary has been paid. Now it is now left with some administrative works to be done. You understand? The nurse should understand.
What is the difference between a payment and administrative work?
Of course, if Obi and if you to your 1 month salary, that's a subsequent one. No, they have to look through documents. They have to look through certain archives and documents to make sure they have to so that they can pay the following salary. No, definitely they are all administrative works, right? So simply, what the letter is saying is that administrative works will be done. Maybe if they did not make it clear, you should ask for clarity. They will do all the administrative work and make sure that all those things will be resolved in due time.
Thank you,
so I will urge my brothers and sisters to be patient and continue to engage the Minister of Health. I know he's a listening Minister of Health. In fact, I've had an encounter with Minister about some 2 times, and I know that he's one of the person that would pay clear attention to. Me, I mean, your friend saying, next Quran, maybe I mean, next Quran, but he has paid attention to me. Not to talk of Omo Juma under his ministry.
Thank you.
So they should engage him properly.
That's it. I was a mini Montana. I have sometimes no Missumano. Sometimes no Casama a year. A one who won't say, why a G3? And some I doubt no so a nay king. And yes, some I saw the Kawai. And this is all the Kawai. First one, me TFE, you're Roman, bomb way, you know. I want to bet 2 months in view. I to send my person to them say, and then me call we are, na me demand wa see her. Asema ye can say, and you may see, you know, strange. De bia me no nyina Saturday bia nyame aduma ye kwa ye hu obia koba successfully. A year in suo tono, na nsuo ato. Ti se lumba die, nsuo toye. Sebi o canopy ntumi antu anko wiem amba me bonko forecast so government cars
agroni bia no di
access and forecast
ka topic no one bread and butter matters
sebi obi die mo kano totoro wa no ma ne bo mama me no tena no ndi areho ma me kan wakoma to yem yankopon na no de ma ono ano de ko ba eya so obi be wu a wan fa kwan so anyame be fa so e de afre no eya ti ma me ne dai o so nyina so hu se ne ba su nyina me be kan wa ha nyina anya o mobo na officer politics bibia na ye de politics when your politics asem enya politics asem ansem esi wa ye na se ne ehu ekwan a papa no ofa so wu ye no ehu eno na nkofo ka ho asem the we na nsuo to ene agrada esisi mu ni ade nyina wan te se nkofo ekika mu frɛ ebo no wa so afa ne ark ne be form wan te ye ka se ma wo se ye di agro
nko na
video wo honom opia obi o tie me bi amra Facebook e wo new 88.3
talk about the bread and
me for video ne ma na fatu wonom ne che se na nkofo ntie mu frɛ ebo no wa so afa ne ark ne be form ana
ebo no wa no kra no nka no asem
opani ewu a mo kwa akosie no mo kwa akosie no agrada tie sim mpanimfo ka so mo ekwa akotena mu nyina de nyina omo kokotena mu a 2025 register omo kotena mu spark kana kan spark ma sojafo ne police fo epusi e dia ma omo aye be ka wo se ya manyo se enya manyo se mame ko masem so
obi ka spark
mame ko masem so
any ko ne ma kan spark what da
asama ye ke
obi ka spark o se
obi biara oni president John Mahama biara no onim ne nsa no adwuma na oba no nurses fo ya ni teacher trainees fo ya omokoto abama omo ye wo ne omo se papa ni nsa no adwuma wo honom omo ye adwuma 11 months 1 year bi wo 2 years 3 years no watua 1 month ni 3 months per dia omo it's on record obi akọ Google e wo hanom 2014 to 2016 me ma list of enuoma President Mahama oba first term enuoma bi obeye Oma teacher for year, Juma be 11 months, 12 months, 1 year. No, if you be 1 month, do what 3 months maximum. Not do much, baby. It's ready and you, a yard ye. Obia ni mnesan wajuma. Nagana 4 and a 7 ye catch raw monomanti. And omo by dem pano my. Omo my one policy, omo by ya, or my yama gana for ye, watum toye. Dollar na bafom, and so no man in a boakosro. Bibia ya basa wo krom ha aso ya ka almost my enka teacher and nursing training allowance the administration officially scrapped this monthly allowance starting 2014-2015 academic year. They were replaced with the access to student loan transfer.
Thank you.
2014-2015.
Thank you.
Now the year time not student transfer.
They were replaced.
Thank you. Yeah time you buy you restore allowance. Student transfer and also any idea and student loans any idea. These are separate issues.
Baby.
And we cannot even go there. President Akufo-Addo restored teachers and trainee allowance.
That's a correct team.
True or false?
Diplomat nurses and teachers don't take loans. Diplomat. It is what? Yeah, no, that you know it. No, you know it. You know it. Correct him.
I'm about to expose him. I'm about to expose him. That's why he's teaching. I'm about to expose him. Look,
you know that.
I am telling you, say, Saban we no more. We have hallmark. Papa yo tina so yi. Obetumi ama 1 year adwuma be 12 months, 1 year, 2 years.
We're receiving allowances. Nurses were receiving allowances.
You see, the reason why I'm telling you to keep quiet. But when we dive into this issue, you realize that you are at fault. Do you know why? The MDC, as we speak, as at the time on this policy, we were raising all those different institutions to a degree holding institutions. Today, as we speak, those institutions are still degree holding institutions. The student trust fund is there for them. They can access loan. But he is still paying the allowances.
There's an amendment.
Which amendment to which one?
There's an amendment to that effect.
Let me
tell you. There's an amendment to the fact, say, of course, they have been elevated to that status.
Yes, and I'm saying that you have been elevated, even though you have been elevated,
of course,
which will make that person equal to somebody in Legon who can also access the loan.
Yes,
those people, as we speak, can also access the loan, but yes, they are still paying allowances.
That's what I'm saying. That there's an amendment that encompasses. You understand? Just like a friend saying.
Gotcha. My Benghazi
peace stress with ECOSI. You understand? Because
my Benghazi goes.
Gotcha. Intermediate master American anything. Amantana, he's a brilliant young man. He knows the truth. But I'm telling the
truth.
Sergio Ramos said you abai na afa no so omba meye. But no kura no wo ho no ma sebe so unia wo ma Amantana, you have to feel for these people.
Did you listen to me when I was talking?
Look, I am saying, say, President Mahama named Sanwo Jumadu Obiani. Okay, the first time I buy university teacher book allowance and research near the Indian. Papa, I'm farmer, Uchem. Oko Google that one. I said 3-month salary arrears policy. 2012 to 2016. I say a major grievance for teachers and nurses recruited between 2012 and 2016 was a 3-month pay policy. Regardless of how many years they worked without pay, the government only committed to paying 3 months of arrest of a time leaving significant portions of backyard paid unsettled. That is Don Dramani Maha for you. And you say we can't talk about it. Look, I say medical and psychiatric allowances. One say one ma omo Pantai, omo Ankafu Hospital, omo ebia Asalam down. And one money ni adie no. Abodamfo sebi omo show mono. Omo medical and psychiatric allowances bia. One more motion abodamfo any adie ni yede mo. Mahama baye in 2015. Ocha sadi mo cancel mo. It is an man in a sequence of events in our one and you tell catcher a gun of what's a papa you won't pay. It's a man then yes, I believe that teachers necessary they deserve it. Because okay, you call me one of my almost your mom pet digitalization. Omon pet digitalization bia on your penny and yet the amom. It's a papa and son where you might one. The first time a teacher for breya chalk cramp bayasem, and Miss Atta wife didn't know to me now near. Okay, chalk crown no more the trouble board. Let teacher for be. That is from Mahama for you. It's a papa no son where you more one. Say, your president Akufo-Addo mo be boni dim boni nurses and teachers training for you now be boni dim boni but de bia no mala wako. De bia no mala allowances ni na eko edimomo. Sa psychiatric medical a year allowances ni the president Akufo-Addo buy or the buy. Was also restore edimomo. University teachers omo research and book allowances ni the president Akufo-Addo restored it back. Ni na ye ma Ghana for but omo say omo mpe. Behind this, if one, omo tricksters. Omo so manu my day. Even when we are heading towards the right direction. Na say omanu mo ye den krampo. No mo nim say no ma ba be ye aba. No mo den tro afem. Eno na omo di biti ye na omo ba betina so omo ba e den pa no maye. Ene sika wo hono mo pound dollars wo hono that. Sika wo hono ma buy betumi di atua nurses and teachers training allowances no also the scanner kwa akoto chalk or the akoto chalk or the chalk is send a $1 into me kwasoro into a mun yes can fan to obia or mun yes can fan ye dwuma bia wa hanom because of pompusika sikana ko be betua nurses ni teachers no sikan ko betumi di aye rose ni ade no sikan ko betumi di aye enwoma papa akese ama Ghana for ye ho atontoy no or the says kali nyina o ma pomp $10 billion e dia choke dollar no sani e be ya dollar ni NTC meanwhile sa sikana anka wo betumi di aye sa nwoma nyina no a wo di akwa choke dollar ni sani e be ya dollar ni free ni nyina anka wo di ma nurses for tuo ka anka be ye wo di ma teachers for omutu o mala wan sisi anka be ye ene me no ka say within 3 months so what you are breaking news e buy and I want to hear that want to hear say ayi atu force nko asika odiama ayi Ghana's public debt balloons by over 70 billion in just 3 months 70 billion omo buy omo nya 11 months pay 70 billion you took it away from 56 billion 8 years
MPP reportage
8 years 8 years MPP Jao 56 billion Ghana cedis public debt 56 billion Ghana cedis public debt you know within 11 months one kwa o the 70 billion you calculate the difference now there by 11 months naturally so the next year can you will know where to go o the 2027 can you know where to go o the 2028 so can you know where to go one kwa 11 months at the end of 56 billion of public debt you know 8 years young quiet to me manage here 56 billion asia momo de call 70 billion within 11 months aden because omo pompisika no e di gina e di atoke dollar no I to say akula on ne ma metina fie na ma me na ye jollof awie oso papa mba ya ye ndidi ye enso e komu ku akula no ma me na ye jollof kama e di akukọ na me ne ade nyina atoso oso oh chain the way I made design na me this salad na atoso ne ade ni nyina and na me pese o papa ba ohun sem aba adwuma into the common dew na papa ba ye nyina ye didi abo meanwhile akula no wo osa no owu sana ndisi for the year sisi ya say omotumi ama dollar na ba form nti bibia ye meanwhile enwoma sika wo ho no me so omode ba no omode tua nurses any teachers for allowances and so omode ni nyina apompe akwakochoke dollar no ye ka mo soma yenka nti dey pa na ndisi for mo buy o maye and sika wo ho no nyina omode akwakoto sanitary pad na next week na me adoma me ba Maxra wo boni omudi din Ghana emba yuwa ewo kuroma hanom emba omo wo parliament mutumi tina honom ema omo gi sa sanitary pad ayi ni tum sanitary pad omo turn 15 cedis aban hu ye mobo ama sanitary pad baako aban de gi obia 45 Ghana cedis sanitary pad baako omo pomp 292 million Ghana cedis ele de akwa sanitary pad mu so omonya yi na this MPP for bar me catch your first person obeko jail eji na Opoku Agyeman vice president oh na so no na o hwe sa asemi so
ada nya education ministry
me say onu na odi anim ma policy iti MPP babie wa
na say onu yan fa budget ma
ana me say onu na odi anim this policy onu na odi anim say onu oyo ba no sabe menopause account metina say but pass so better na one say sanitary pad baako ye 15 cities what me say Ghana for only the baako 45 Ghana
cities minister said that calculation of parliament is not correct
and correct but it's captured in a parliamentary Hansard.
Yes, the minister's statement.
But no.
You are the minister responded.
That's it. And yes, honey, please, we are all educated.
Calculation as if why
into a month from that. Okay, what is the right amount?
Calculation.
Okay, back calculation. Omoma you the right amount. Omoma you the right price. Omudi ji obi awo Ghana hanom. Adiano bako 15 cities. Some say 45. I'm for my price mbra. Because yeah calculation. Yes. 15 Ghana cities. Akosra 20 Ghana cities. Ubi o line to ma. Bisa ma say ene pad omo bono omo menstrual cycle ne ba pad omo bono bako ya he. Akosra 20 Ghana cities. And so buy the G nipo bako be 45 Ghana cities. People will go to jail for this. And go jail, including the vice president of this republic.
A man will call and they will justify as to.
Oh yes,
that's
it. It is that.
That is why sometimes we just have to interject him. One man can send me and you oh, this would attempt to drag the vice president into this matters. Is she a sector minister? Oh. You see, that's why I say that.
But I'm coming.
You see, that's why I'm saying that. What? Oh, dear, grow too much. You see, oh.
Also, government has allocated over 292 million to continue nationwide distribution of free sanitary pads to girls in primary and secondary school. Vice President Nana Jane Opoku.
Thank you very much.
So she is just communicating.
Policy no jail. Otumisha Mayanim, Adia Yadiji Mabia 15 cities. Utumi the more 45 Ghana cities.
You don't have
Vice President will go to jail for this sanitary. She will go to jail.
You don't have evidence.
She will go to jail. Nana will go to jail.
He will end up getting a flyer for this. Then I'll pay. Say at least new FM. FAO picture.
And your new FM as
please. You see, you just want to make a headline.
How?
And I've always said that. You see, I grew up with how would dear. Yeah, when you say a man for now, they are more in depth in knowledge.
Oh, yes, it's true. It's true.
So if you say that
15 cities now the G 45
that a sector minister is pretending over, something that a sector minister is pretending over, what's the vice president? They would be in jail. You just want to make headlines. You just want to make a flyer. Very well. Everybody knows that. Anka Eko jail, sir. Anka President Akufo-Addo was jail.
Oh,
I'm telling. Anka Eko jail, sir. Anka Dr. Bawumia was jail. Because Osman Kwalaman Omunko Port. It's an indictment on the vice president. Anka was jail. But and then I can say vice president is not in jail. You understand? So there are sector ministers who deal with those matters. So the whole Ghana, Obikura one coast school in say, same say here a sector minister na business first. You understand? Inti what the
Jenana will go to jail.
Koswano do agro.
Vice president
will go jail and those things. Everybody knows that is a diversionary tactic that you want to deceive the people out there, but it won't work out. You see, and trouble Akwa Benghazi as trying to say. I see time and President Akufo-Addo the allowances were being paid. No more can I send beer, but allowances were being paid.
Yes.
Your Chrome ha and a Dr. Bawumia course or campaign and a student there's BBC and said that Ben allowance beba was able to answer the question. Student nurse ABC said that Ben and allowance beba. And I was this was checking from the Minister of Health and those things before, which means that the allowances weren't coming. And Tro also trying to say and then or see. They are not paying student allowances. And they are paying student allowances, nurses and teacher allowances. Yeah, they are paying. Currently, that was the peak. Obia and Deka.
Jordan, protest. I don't know for your demonstration.
He wasn't listening.
I won't listen.
The demonstration. I mean the your friends press conference now. It was nurses or more completely school. Or more completely. And 1 month no more car. They have to continue to pay them. They did the press conference at the back of a statement the minister released here, true or false, Archie. That was what they did. So you weren't listening. Meanwhile, the fact of the matter, you are not listening. So the truth of the matter is that nurses are being paid. Now, the reason why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oyi nurses allowances before 2016 election, we were looking at how to expand that we were kurase and I want to kurase ubapa kurase nani penes kura manako ha na nurse yenya nurse manonko. The reason was that there were no more nurses na yenya nurses b emomonko and they say fine instead of doing the allowance system no
but would that be the
please
there were backlog of nurses
mami come asem now those people no na you can say a question people we need to expand the net of the nurses in tebeya yen drop allowances no then we take away the quota system. You know the quota system. Look, me and Kasimi new opinion be. No, I don't want to mention the school's name. He was going for interview was one of this nursing college around 2012. Look, the quota was small. They needed to pay bribe as at then 2012. People needed to pay bribe like 1,200 then. When you pay that amount, you still need to be following up. And they say, okay, be a quota system, so that anybody that applies and is qualified, then take away the allowance system. Then bring them to the level of tertiary tertiary institution level. Then they can access the student loan. You understand? Next is one say mom pay omo to aba NDC free mu as at then. Before NPP left office, do you know that the quota system had returned? Before they left office, the quota system had returned. Now, as we speak, quota system no because they said they need allowances. So instead of opening the system, no ama obia timianya school na kobi no, almost say quota system over because NPP said they were bringing student allowances back. In fact, they brought the student allowances back, but the quota system almost signed the quota system so SR by. Into amount for what the hell gas time. You know who can say you are into students in be brain now no more money say so muko school. So most of them, some of them were saying like, especially those who were outside, no person rural schools, they were saying like, okay, let's take it off so that a lot of people can get to enroll into the system. Then they will put them onto the student loan. They can access the student loan and finance their education. That was simply what we said we were going to do. Now, I want to say no vote his excellent journal, no training. Fine. We worked with them. In fact, the People's Manifesto interacted with nurses. And I'm gonna say they want the student allowances. Now it can't. That's we know a doctrine of election. It comes with a cost. So you cannot say that. And then you be a school free education, free education. You be ama nipa onya agri 40, 80 school, right? So the quality will no more be there. Instead of the quality should have been there. It no be. Into that, okay. They are not factual. And I'm saying that. Let me further put this on record. Say,
but before you put that on,
my listeners,
Benghazi Kasembi, and I want the ladies to call me, and I may pay that clarification. So I don't know how much it costs.
I want to put this
059 7593 and I said 059
that is I'm calling into when I'm talking and I say
the cost of the pad now.
That's it. Me say don't divert the conversation. The topic you gave to us, and they discuss it. We are not discussing what else of CDC divided. We are discussing issues of nurses. It does
not affect a man.
Now you the host.
It does not affect a man.
You have succumbed to Benghazi's propaganda. One more than the discussion they call the amount of pets.